Welcome back to our series going over every single Xbox 360 model ever released. If you didn't watch the past two videos, go check those out. I'll link them down in the description. The first one, we sort of go over the general idea of what we're doing in this series, as well as the legacy of the Xbox 360. In the first video, I went over the first two models of 360, the Pro and the Core. Today, we're going to go over the next two models. The first and most interesting of which is this puppy right here, the Xbox 360 Elite. This bad boy was released in 2007 and sported pretty much the same exact physical case and look, even carrying over the chrome disc tray from the Pro model. Except this time in a nice slick matte black, because that is just elite. It also included a black headset and controller to match the console's aesthetic. Like I said, it carried over the chrome disc tray from the Pro model and also technically has a white version that was released because they just had to make this difficult on me. Now, the white model is pretty much exactly the same as the Pro model, except it's technically a Final Fantasy XIII Special Edition because it came bundled with the game in a swappable faceplate that was Final Fantasy inspired. So I guess it's a Special Edition, but it's technically an Elite. Now, the Elite could use the same hard drives and memory units as the previous models, but it did away with including those dinky little 20GB hard drives and gave us a 120GB hard drive for maximum gameage. Now, instead of these gray, they were now black with a chrome trim, just so that they could look extra elite. Now, different retail configurations and pack-in titles were the same for 2007 and 2008, with Forza Motorsport 2 and Marvel Ultimate Alliance, and then LEGO Indiana Jones and Kung Fu Panda respectively. But the holiday 2009 came with LEGO Batman and Pure. The Elite first retailed for a whopping $479.99 before dropping to $399 in 2008. And then with the announcement of the next model, the price dropped all the way down to $249 until stock was depleted. Now, the Elite had a lot of special editions considering it was the top of the line. Okay, so let's see here. On March 13th, 2009, a red Resident Evil 5 edition was released. It also came with the game, a 120GB hard drive, a matching red controller, and all the other peripherals. It also included an exclusive dashboard theme and a digital voucher to download Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo HD Remix, because Street Fighter has to add a ton of words to their titles. The next special edition of the Elite was the Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 edition in 2009. From this point on, all special edition Elites came with 250GB hard drives, which is the beefiest we've gotten up to this point. The console had a cool Modern Warfare 2 themed deco across the console, as well as coming with two matching controllers. This console also came with all other Elite accessories and a physical copy of Modern Warfare 2. Next up was the 2010 Canadian edition that came with copies of Halo 3 and Halo 3 ODST. This copy also came with two black controllers and the rest standard. It's interesting because that's technically a Halo 3 Special Edition, but it was just sort of the black Elite and was only available in Canada. Who'da thunk? On February 11, 2010, to coincide with the release of Final Fantasy XIII, a special white edition of the Elite was released with an interchangeable Final Fantasy XIII faceplate. This edition also had a special 250GB hard drive with the game's logo on it, similar to the Halo Edition Pro. This console came with two white controllers and the rest stock. It also came with a physical copy of Final Fantasy XIII and some exclusive Xbox Live avatar items. Despite being the Elite on the inside, the model is cosmetically identical to the Pro if you don't have the Final Fantasy XIII faceplate on it, so you'll have to check your serial numbers, I guess. The final Special Edition Elite came out in March 2010 with the release of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Conviction. This edition is just a standard black Elite with two controllers, all the fixins, including that 250GB hard drive, and a physical copy of the game. But the Elite was the best of the best. But what if you didn't want to pay that hefty price tag? What if you wanted something a little more akin to the Core, something like a starter set? Now that is what this puppy is for. Nope, it is not the Core, and no, it is not the Pro. This is the good old classic Xbox 360 arcade with the tagline, "Go play." The arcade uses pretty much the same exact physical look as the Core, retaining that white disc tray along with the $279.99 price tag. The main difference here is the addition of an HDMI port as well as a wireless controller. Big wins. Like the Core, the arcade model didn't actually include a hard drive, but instead included a 256MB memory unit that could be plugged into the front of the console. Why didn't they call it a memory card like every other console of the day? Who knows? Maybe they just wanted to be different. I'm a fan of these memory cards. I just wish they were like bigger, but I mean, you probably couldn't really fit much more into them. It's just nice that they're like, you know, pocket size. You can take them to a friend's house. In 2008, the Jasper motherboard was implemented that replaced the included memory unit with an onboard 256 megabyte memory chip integrated into the motherboard. That eventually was upgraded to 512 in 2009. Now, the arcade model came with 5 arcade titles on a single disc. It came with Boom Boom Rocket, Feeding Frenzy, Luxor 2, Pac-Man Championship Edition, and Uno. Came with your Xbox after all. The arcade's price dropped down to $199 in 2008, later falling all the way down to $149.99 until remaining stock was depleted with the announcement of the next model, Xbox 360. Stay tuned in the next video to see which one that is. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know down in the comments if you have either of these Xbox 360 models or if you have one that will be featured in a future video. All these Xbox 360s are available for purchase at our physical store, Nostalgic Video Games, as well as our upcoming online store, shopnvg.com. That online store, you'll be able to purchase almost everything we've got in store online for free in-store pickup or national shipping. If you haven't checked out the last 2 videos we've done in this series, go check those out, as well as hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out on the next installation of the Xbox 360 Chronology. Thanks for tuning in to Nostalgic Network, and I'll see you next time.